within 7 days of receiving written notice of selection from the commission, the selected applicant that has elected to cultivate medical marijuana shall submit to the commission a dispensary license fee of blank by certified or cashier check made payable to the state of Arkansas. So this is for to elected to cultivate. So 50 in relationship to thousands of plants and a license.
I think that's where, I think the easiest place to start is not to say what are we gonna do for the cultivators, but what are we gonna do for those who aren't cultivating?
Right.
Let's ask that, and then that gives us a better indication of where we're gonna go between. Yeah, I think we ought to take up B before A,
Okay.
because otherwise we start, I think it's a lot easier to decide that.
I think on the alcohol license fee for 10,000.
No, that's just for wholesale.
For wholesale.
For a retail liquor permit that's done this way, it's $2,500 to apply, $850 to renew.
So I think if you're just doing, I think we should have a low. I mean, I think the license fee should be $2,500.
That's what I was
You know,
thinking,
and I think that's-
$2,500 and 5,000.
5,000 to do the cultivations.
In a dispensary, I'm sure you think what you think it. I mean, you're thinking
Yeah.
50 and thousands of
Yeah,
plants.
I think that perspective helps.
You know, 50 and thousands, and
Right.
I really don't know, everyone's saying it's a small amount. So it's like you said, 2,500 for standard dispensary
Yeah,
fee.
I think that's.
I think I'm okay with that. I guess I'm still coming back to the 5,000. The question I think we have to ask ourselves is, do we want everybody to be growing it or not? And that's where you have to use the different.
Well, we didn't get to decide today, we decided, that everybody can grow it. I guess they get to choose.
But we can incentivize one way or the other.
Right.
That's my point. Because I mean.
So you want to make it a big difference, so
Well,
if you're gonna cultivate, make it much higher, like 25,000
Yeah,
versus,
I guess my question is, I'm just
I
saying,
understand
that's the decision I think we ought to make, and the discussion we ought to have. I don't even know necessarily how I feel about that, but the difference between 2,500 and 5,000 isn't that big a deal. I mean, if I were one of them, I'd apply for the 5,000 one, even if I wasn't gonna grow it right now, so I could in the future. But the difference between 2,500 and 25,000, that's a big difference that somebody's gonna actually think about. Because I come back to the same, I guess I come back to the same thing, you know, we're looking at cultivation facilities and having the requirements on that. They've gotta have so much liquidity, so much assets. Are we gonna require the same, or are we not? And if so, you know, I guess my question is, maybe I just don't totally understand the economics, and I'll admit that. But, you know, at what point do you say, look, I'd rather be a dispensary that's growing its own and not buying it from them? And, you know, and that's where I think we're having that make the market moment, where we're having to decide, how do we also make sure the cultivation facilities are a success? You know, we went with 5 of them instead of 4, but yet we're gonna add 32 people growing their own, putting product into the system. I think that's the part of the market that I think
Even
we're
if
having.
you did 20, it'd be the same
You're gonna have a
economics,
lot.
you know, you
Right.
still would have the same situation. But, I mean, we don't know what people are gonna do.
And that's the problem, is I don't know that I can speak intelligently on one or the other, but I guess the question is, where, you know.
I mean, if
I
I was
hear-
doing it, I would cultivate my 50 plants. I mean, it would, even if I had to pay the extra 25,000, it just makes more sense to me from a business perspective.
No, I think you got, I think you're very valid
Yeah.
point on it. I like the $2,500 for the non.
I'm okay with that.
Cultivation.
I mean, I think that ought to be that ought to be a low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
This is the place where I've said all along, getting
Agreed.
people
It
in to
changes-
open a store, that's fine.
It changes the market and it does put pressure on the, we want this thing to be successful for everybody that gets involved in it. I don't know that 25,000 is unreasonable for, if you're gonna go for cultivation, license on it.
I think you've gotta show some kind of difference. I mean, that part makes sense to
So
me.
why don't we put a motion for the first one, the B section?